By now you know Denver is a hot seller's market. If you list it, buyers will come. But how much are those buyers willing to spend, and how many offers will you get? Coming up, 7 ways to increase both of those numbers with a few fixes. Hey everyone, Ryan Haarer here, your real estate resource in the Denver metro area. If you're watching this on Instagram, please give me a follow. And if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. All right, this week's topic, preparing to get your home ready for sale. People ask all the time, should I renovate? I want to overhaul the kitchen, the bathroom needs updating, and the answer to all of that is, it depends. I know, not the answer you were looking for, but I can say, generally speaking, it doesn't make a ton of sense to do massive renovations in this seller's market, especially if you don't have experience doing so. So, if you want to do an entire home renovation and have carefully laid out the costs and risks, sure, the investment in time and money might be there, but generally speaking, updating one room and leaving the rest of the home looking like it did decades ago isn't going to cut it. Not to mention, the renovations you're asking a premium for might not match the taste of the buyers walking through the home. To make the most money possible, you generally need to appeal to as many qualified and serious buyers as possible, which brings me to my 7 tips. And do not miss the last one. It is huge when it comes to getting all the way to the closing table. Number 1 is curb appeal. Just about every buyer is judging your book by its cover. The second they pull up, first impressions hit, so do yourself a favor and mow the lawn, trim the trees, rake the leaves, and better yet, invest some, but not a ton of money in mulch and flowers, maybe a few neutral porch planters, a doormat. Make it inviting on first glance, giving buyers a chance to fall in love at first sight. Also, is your home lime green? You may love that, but I promise you, the vast majority of buyers do not, which brings me to point number 2. Number 2 is paint. This is a huge one and probably your best return on investment, if you will, in terms of preparing to sell. Yes, if the outside of the home is a really out there color, or if the exterior paint is chipping, you may consider spending a few $1,000s to have that done by a professional. Inside, same thing. If you painted a room Rockies purple, for instance, it's time for that to go. Opt for lighter, neutral colors, eggshell white, light beiges, grays. Remember, we're trying to appeal to as many people as possible. And don't neglect the baseboards. Give them a fresh coat if they have some wear and tear too. Number 3 is lighting. Buyers hate darkness. Anything within reason to brighten up the room will help, and one way to do that is LED lights. It's a simple fix. Replace those old incandescent bulbs with LEDs for instant brightness added. Go room to room. If it's dark in one of them, consider adding a fixture or a lamp. Don't go crazy, but do your best to make those darker rooms feel inviting. You don't need the most expensive chandelier in the store, but a simple modern light just might do the trick. Number 4 is fixtures. Again, don't go spending thousands upon thousands of dollars ripping out cabinets and redoing showers and replacing sinks. That's a headache. Instead, if you're gonna make changes, go for fixtures. A simple faucet replacement or door handles can immediately freshen up a space, especially when combined with updated lighting and paint. Number 5 is flooring. This one's a bit of a toss-up. I personally feel you shouldn't go and replace all of the floors in the home because, once again, you're trying to match the style of a buyer you've never met. But the reason I include this one is really for significant wear and tear. If your carpets have a ton of stains, especially if they smell, consider replacing them. Stains and smells are tough for buyers to overcome, so if a rug doctor won't do the trick, consider replacing. Number 6, I call the handyman works. Do your best to fix the little stuff. Broken windows / screens, consider replacing them. Holes in the drywall, patch it up. Loose doorknobs, tighten them. Broken appliances, see if you can get them in working condition. Most buyers want a move-in ready home. And number 7, the big one, major systems. If there's an issue with the home, you have to tell the buyer. If the HVAC doesn't function properly, if you have a leak in the roof, if there's a foundation issue, you have to disclose this before the sale. Faulty electrical panels, for instance, can cause fires. They do frequently. If there's a foundation issue, that's going to be a concern, a huge scare for buyers, so you may consider making these types of fixes before putting it on the market. A majority of buyers aren't actually interested in putting in work. They want move-in ready. They're oftentimes comfortable with buying something a little dated, but if there's an issue creating a hazard or continuing to do damage to the property, talk to your realtor about a fix. If you can't swing it and you need to move fast or just don't want to pay for the repairs, tell the buyers up front so they can start pricing repairs themselves and so they don't object to it during an inspection and walk away 2 weeks before closing. I could probably go on all day, but this is a good place to start. Once you knock these out, you may consider staging a home, but most importantly, make sure the home has been deep cleaned before showings and that it passes the smell test. Don't let buyers turn around because you forgot to take out the trash. That's it for me. If you have additional questions about selling, you can always reach out. My contact information is below or leave a comment. And please download my complete guide to listing and selling your home. That's linked below as well. I'll see you next week.